These two containers have ice and snow in there. And when it melts, that's how we get our fresh water.
The two co-founded Hearts in the Ice to foster a global conversation about climate change.
We had two main goals to be up here. One was to collect data for a group of international scientists studying climate change, and also to connect with school kids around the world.
Among the projects is one for NASA on clouds that could impact the Earth's temperature, and another one involves collecting saltwater samples.
And we have also collecting sea ice samples. So we drill a hole through the ice, and underneath the sea ice there are microorganisms that the scientists believe is extremely important for the whole ecosystem in the ocean.
But they believe their efforts are well worth it.
We can't wait any longer. We've seen with COVID that the change is happening fast, that the planet is taking an absolute breather because of all of us, and we're all needed right now. Hi, I'm Sunniva, a proud and honored flag carrier for Wings World Quest in support of our project that my expedition partner and I created, Hearts in the Ice. The very kernel, the red thread of Hearts in the Ice is about global connectivity around a climate crisis we have all known about for decades, but perhaps didn't quite grasp or fully understand the severity of until our diverse ecosystems have spiraled out of control. As we say, and as Homeward Bound says, Mother Nature needs her daughters, and here we are. For 12 months, Hila and I lived in a tiny trapper's cabin, 20 square meters, 215 square feet, with no running water, no electricity, using solar and wind for our power. We were completely alone, isolated and remote. 3 of those months were entirely unexpected due to COVID. Our initial plan being to leave there last May, but with travel restrictions the way they were, we could not leave Bumsaboo, and we stayed throughout the summer and actually continued our field work. Hila and I were the only ones that were consistently collecting data in the field in the Arctic this past summer, given that the researchers couldn't travel. And with the generous support of Wings World Quest, we received funding through their emergency fund to support our communication and education outreach, for which we are forever grateful. This was entirely unexpected and a huge relief for us. It was a kind of support that was both monetary and acknowledging of our project. Support from women around the world for our work as polar ambassadors and citizen scientists have sustained us through the very long polar night. Collaborations with leaders like Wings were the shining light during that polar night. And just so you know, the polar night is actually 24 hours, 7 days a week of darkness that lasts for over 3 months. According to scientists at NASA, and we had 2 projects we were working on with NASA, Clouds and the Aurora, we were actually closer to the lowest band of the Aurora, which was 120 kilometers away, than we were to the closest town of Longyearbyen, 140 kilometers away. Our closest neighbors, polar bears. And throughout the year, we had over 53 polar bear encounters. One of them was 2 meters away, 6 feet, a little too close for comfort. But we chose to be there. We chose to live in self-imposed isolation, and it was a choice that we made to ignite action and engagement around a natural world that needs us all right now. Change never happens overnight, but it does always start with us.